I have 7 books on my NetGalley shelf at the moment, so I thought I'd tell you which ones, and I'd love to know if you have any of these on your NetGalley shelf too. And for anyone who doesn't know, NetGalley is a website where you can get free, early review copies of books from publishers before they're released, and it is just for ebooks. So the first book that I've got on my NetGalley shelf, and the one that I was approved for most recently, is Boudica's Daughter by Elodie Harper. This is a historical fiction book set within the era of the Roman Empire. I've never read any books by this author before, but I do have The Wolf Den on my physical TBR currently, and I've only ever heard good things about her work. I think this sounds super interesting, and I've never read a book set in this period before, and this is due for release on the 28th of August. The second book is The Bones Beneath Our Skin by TJ Klune, which is described as a sci-fi romance. This book has already been released. It came out on the 6th of February, but I was only approved for it a few days before release, so I was never going to read it in time before release day. And in case you didn't know, you can still give feedback on arcs after they've been archived on NetGalley. As long as you've downloaded them before they've been archived, you can give feedback on them like any other book. I always do try and read them before release day, but in some cases like this one, it's just not possible. The next book on this list is Bittersweet by Hattie Williams. The first thing that caught my eye was the cover. I love this art style. I think it is beautiful. This book is about a 23-year-old who enters an illicit affair with a 56-year-old married man. The book says it explores a relationship founded on power, silence, and control. And it says it's great for fans of Cleopatra and Frankenstein, and I love that book. So I'm definitely intrigued by this story. And this one will be released on the 3rd of July. The next book is The Floating World by Axie O, and this is the first book in a new romantic fantasy series. I love The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axie O. I think that is a criminally underrated book. So as soon as I saw that Axie O was releasing another Asian-inspired fantasy, I knew I wanted to read it. I have also pre-ordered the hardback of this book because that cover, stunning. And this is due for release on the 13th of May. Next up is The Heir of Storms by Lauren Hamilton Murray. This is a YA romantasy book, I believe with elemental magic. And our FMC is from a fire-wielding family, however, she is a water wielder. I have to be honest, Amy at Amy Gemini Bookish is the sole reason I want to read this book. I saw her raving about this multiple times over on her page, and she got me very excited for it, so I immediately went and requested it on NetGalley. This will be released on the 5th of June, and I hope I love it as much as Amy did. Then we have The Layover by Beth Reekles, and she's the author who wrote The Kissing Booth. This is about 3 people who are all going to the same wedding, all with the intention of disrupting it for various reasons. However, when a storm grounds their flight, they end up meeting at the airport. I have never read anything like this. It sounds like such a fun concept, and I'm super intrigued to see where the story goes. This will be released on the 26th of June, so the perfect time for a summer romance. And the final book I currently have unread on my NetGalley shelf is Silver Cloak by L.K. Stephen. This is the first book in a new fantasy series, and it's set in a world where magic is controlled by pain and pleasure. I thought this sounded really interesting, but since I got approved for it, I have seen a number of negative early reviews for it, so I am a little bit apprehensive now. So if you've read this one, I would love to know what you thought of it.